appointment of 40 chairpersons of boards of various state corporations and parastatals has continued to elicit public debate. Now, the Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution, CIC, has published an advisory on appointments to public offices.
Public debate rages over the recent appointment of chairpersons for the boards of various state corporations.
They seem to be on a roll, they seem to be, full of themselves, and they're not taking counsel. And that is something that one would be better placed to advise them to sit back, listen to Kenyans.
It's also possible that Uhuru is not advisable. So we must also not blame advisors too much. Maybe Uhuru, like Kibaki, advises Uhuru.
The Commission on the Implementation of the Constitution, CIC, has now weighed in on the row. CIC has published an advisory detailing how public appointments should be made. The CIC has highlighted various constitutional principles that the appointing authorities must adhere to. Key among them that such appointments must be devoid of political considerations, favoritism and nepotism. President Uhuru Kenyatta has been accused of rewarding political allies in the recent appointments. Some of the political figureheads appointed include losing presidential candidate in the March 2013 elections, Abdul Badida, who has been appointed to head the Constituency Development Fund. Former head of public service, Francis Mudaura, has been drafted as the new chairman of the Lamu Port and South Sudan Ethiopia Transport Lapset Corridor Authority. Others are former Marakwet East MP Lina Jabi Kilimo, former Kibwezi MPs Agnes Letei and Philip Kalohi, and former Makueni Member of Parliament Peter Kielu. President Kenyatta has also appointed former Mount Elgon MP Fred Kapondi, former Konoin legislator Julius Kones, and former MP for Isiolo South Abdul Bahari. The National Alliance TNA Party Secretary General Onyango Olo has also been appointed chair of the Lake Basin Development Authority. The CIC also highlights the constitutional need for representation of Kenya's diverse ethnic communities, gender balance, as well as inclusion of persons with disabilities. Although the appointments to boards of state corporations is said to be done progressively, a quick analysis of that first batch shows 24 men appointed and only 2 women. CIC further advises the government to take into account recommendations of the Presidential Task Force on parastatal reforms in making the appointments. It turns out President Kenyatta failed to uphold some of those recommendations. The task force, which is headed by former Mandela Central MP Abdulkadir Mohammed, has recommended the president remove himself from the appointing process. The Abdulkadir Mohammed-led task force had also recommended that chief executive officers of parastatals must hold a postgraduate degree, 10 years experience in top management, plus at least 5 years as a board member. New chair of the Jothamo Development Company, Simon Gisharu, new chair of the Kenya Post Office Savings Bank Board, Fred Kapondi, and Matu Wamayo has been reappointed to chair the new Kenya Cooperative Creameries Board. All do not possess postgraduate degrees. Others whose educational background is not clear are the new chair of the Postal Corporation of Kenya Board, Sami Tangus, and Taraiya Ole Kores, the new Kenya Meat Commission Board chair, who was barred from running for the Kajiado governorship in March 2013. All this a summary of a chaotic appointment process that additionally jeopardizes the implementation of the State House-backed task force, which had scheduled a restructuring process in all state corporations and parastatals by end of January 2014. Ben Kitili, KTN.